The Rock, San Clemente Island, where the windy northern tip of the island is Bud's country. It's at this modern compound that Class 224 will spend their final 4 weeks of training.
Out here, it's the ideal training ground for them. We have weapons ranges, demo ranges, and a lot of good terrain for them to patrol in. The first night we arrive at San Clemente Island, we like to give the students a good confidence builder. We have the night swim for them. Before we put them out in the water, though, we like to show them shark videos. Just to kind of raise the hair on the back of the neck when they get in the water when it's dark.
You guys spread out. You're like a little chum pool for the damn sharks when they come. Yeah.
They swam over top of a huge manta ray. I'm not sure, 7, 8 feet. You think everything's a shark. Once they show you a drawing or they tell you there's sharks out there, everything you see is a shark. And it's probably one of my fastest swim times yet.
On the windswept mesa overlooking the camp is the rifle range. It's here that the men will spend day after day of basic weapons training and maneuvering drills.
A lot of guys come here who've never shot a rifle before, so they have to start out at a really basic level, just target shooting.
Third phase is designed to finally teach these guys how to be SEALs. And we have to start off with basic rifle drills. And everything in third phase is a gradual progression.
2, 4. Hallelujah, 2, 2, 4.
You're so broken down from the first 5 months of Bud. It doesn't matter what they do to try to build you up. Nothing works. You just hurt. You just go on.
When you guys get out into teams, you're going to be asked to do things that you think is impossible. But here we're proving to you that maybe it's not so impossible with a little bit of planning and preparation. Yeah?
Yeah!
I think by far the toughest part is the daily grind. I don't think any individual day or any individual evolution is that hard. You know, it might be a 14-mile run or a 5-mile swim, but in a couple hours it's over. It's just the day-to-day grind. And they say it gets easier after Hell Week. But I think the easiest part of Bud's is Hell Week and prior. Because at post-Hell Week, a lot more is expected of you, and you just go day to day. You have so much they have to teach you.
I think the toughest part of the whole thing is just staying motivated for 6 months. 6 months is a long time to do this every day, day in and day out, and it doesn't get any easier.
During Tactics Week on San Clemente Island, we teach them a lot of different classes. Reconnaissance, patrol, over the beach, prisoner handling, raids, ambush.
Get out of the ground! Front clear! Right clear! Take your time. I have security. Cross your legs! Put your hand behind your back. Move to the right.
It's all part of learning the tactics, tools that we use, tools that we need as SEALs to do our job. They're right now doing it in the daytime. We never do any kind of operation in the daytime in the SEAL teams, but they've got to learn it. So we need to be able to watch them and see what they're doing and making sure that they're doing it right.
Out on this beach out here, we're going to be doing an obstacle load. We got a bunch of obstacles underneath the water out there at about 10, 12 feet. We're going to be swimming out satchel charges filled with C4 explosives. We're going to be setting them down, mounting them on the obstacle themselves. This is, of course, to simulate blowing them up for an invasion force coming in that, you know, they might tear out the bottom of a landing craft. This is what, like, the original UDTs, their main purpose, their main job, besides reconnaissance.
Each one of these blocks is 1 1/4 pounds of C4, and this yellow stuff you see coming out the front here, at the top of it, this deck cord. This is what we use to tie into the trunk line. This is going to be run to each one of the obstacles that are out in the water behind me. We tie in with a right angle knot into the trunk line so that when they detonate it from the shore up here, it all goes off at once.
I think the biggest thing about it is for us, for all of us here, it's our last great evolution of Buds.
Buds is the only training program in the Department of Defense where officers and enlisted men go through training together, yielding an uncommon sense of camaraderie and brotherhood.
Very few ever get to where you are today. You only graduate from BUD/S training once. It marks the completion of the toughest military training in the world. In a society where mediocrity is too often the standard and too often rewarded, there is intense fascination with men who detest mediocrity, who refuse to define themselves in conventional terms, and who seek to transcend traditionally recognized human capabilities. This is exactly the type of person BUD/S is meant to find. The man who will find a way to complete each and every task to the best of his ability. The man who will adapt and overcome any and all obstacles.
I feel good. It's like a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. I mean, obviously everybody says, you know, this is the first step, still a lot to come and stuff, but this is a big step, so.
I feel on top of the world today. It's been 6 months of arduous training, and it's just, I can't even describe how I feel. There's some points of training where you feel like you can't make it through one more day, but you press on hour to hour, minute to minute, and eventually you get to this point.
The person who wants to be here and ends up becoming a SEAL is the person who wants it deep down inside. And if he doubts that at all, then he just doesn't belong.